Continuing with Exodus 19.1. In the 3rd month after the children of Israel were gone out of the land of Mitzrayim, the same day they came into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed from Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mountain. And Moshe went up to God, and the Lord called to him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Yaakov, and tell the children of Israel, You have seen what I did to Mitzrayim, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, and I brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then you shall be my own treasure from among all the peoples. For all the earth is mine, and you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak to the children of Israel. And Moshe came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before them all these words which the Lord had commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, All that the Lord has spoken we will do. And Moshe reported the words of the people to the Lord. And the Lord said to Moshe, Lo, I come to thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moshe told the words of the people to the Lord. And the Lord said to Moshe, Go to the people and sanctify them today, and tomorrow let them wash their clothes and be ready by the 3rd day. For on the 3rd day the Lord will come down in the sight of all the people upon Mount Sinai. And thou shalt set bounds to the people round about, saying, Take heed to yourselves that you not go up into the mountain, or touch the border of it. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely put to death. No hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it be beast or man, it shall not live. When the horn sounds long, they shall come up to the mountain. And when Moshe went down from the mountain to the people, and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes, and he said to the people, Be ready by the 3rd day, come not near a woman. And it came to pass on the 3rd day in the morning that there were thunder and lightning and thick cloud upon the mountain, and the sound of a shofar exceedingly loud, so that all the people in the camp trembled. And Moshe brought the people out of the camp to meet with God, and they stood at the foot of the mountain, and Mount Sinai smoked in every part, because the Lord descended upon it in fire. And the smoke of it ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly. And then the voice of the shofar sounded louder and louder. Moshe speaks, and God answers him by a voice. And the Lord came down upon Mount Sinai and on the top of the mountain. And the Lord called Moshe up to the top of the mount, and Moshe went up. And Moshe went up. And the Lord said to Moshe, Go down, charge thy people, lest they break through to the Lord to gaze, and many of them perish. And let the priests also who come near to the Lord sanctify themselves, lest the Lord break forth upon them. And Moshe said to the Lord, The people cannot come up to the Mount Sinai, for thou didst charge us, saying, Set bounds about the mountain, and sanctify it. And the Lord said to him, Go, get thee down, and thou shalt come up, thou and Aaron with thee. But let not the priests and the people break through to come up to the Lord, lest he break forth upon them. So Moshe went down to the people and spoke to them. And God spoke all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, who have brought thee out of the land of Mitzrayim, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods besides me. Thou shalt not make for thyself any carved idol, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, punishing the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the 3rd and 4th generation of those that hate me, but showing mercy to thousands of generations of those that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that takes his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and mother, that thy days may be long in the land which the Lord thy God gives thee. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people perceived the thunderings and the lightnings and the sound of the shofar and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they were shaken and stood afar off. And they said to Moshe, Speak thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God speak with us, lest we die. And Moshe said to the people, Fear not, for God is come to test you, and that his fear may be before your faces, that you sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moshe drew near to the thick darkness where God was. And the Lord said to Moshe, Thus thou shalt say to the children of Israel, You have seen that I have taken with you from heaven. You have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall not make with me gods of silver, neither shall you make for yourself gods of gold. Any altar of earth that shalt make to me, and thou shalt sacrifice on it thy burnt offerings and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thy oxen, in all places where I cause my name to be pronounced. I will come to thee, and I will bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, thou shalt not build it of hewn stone. For if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast defiled it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps to my altar, that thy nakedness not be exposed on it. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a Hebrew servant, 6 years he shall serve, and in the 7th he shall go out free for nothing. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he is married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master has given him a wife, she has borne him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master and my wife and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him to the judges. He shall also bring him to the door or to the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servants do, if she please not her master who has designated her for himself. Then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her to a strange nation he shall have no power, seeing he has dealt deceitfully with her. And if he designated her for his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. If he take another wife for himself, her food, her clothing, and her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. And if he do not these three to her, then shall she go out free without money. He that smites a man so that he die shall surely be put to death. And if a man did not lie in wait, but God allowed it to happen to him, then I will appoint thee a place to which he shall flee. But if a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, and thou shalt take him from my altar, that he may die. And he that smites his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. And he that steals a man and sells him, if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. And he that curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. And if men strive together, and one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but keeps his bed, if he rise again and walk abroad upon his staff, then shall he that struck him be acquitted. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time, and shall cause him to be thoroughly healed. And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and he die under his hand, he shall surely be punished. But if he continues a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his money. That's up to Exodus 21:22.